Hello, hello. How are we? How are we? I hope we are well today. How has your weekend been? I hope you had a happy Easter. It was pretty chill over here. We don't do too much to celebrate, but it definitely was a good old time. You know, you can get with like family and you can eat food and you can have a good, gentle time. And that's pretty much what we did over here. Went over to relatives, ate some good old fashioned food, and then watched some television because that's my love language. Everybody else is like, oh my goodness, this is how, what we do. We do this, we do that. And I'm like, we watch TV shows. That's what I want. It's that or board games. Nothing in between. Or different. So it was a pretty good Easter and all that kind of jazz for me. Hope it was the same for y'all. I'm going to bring this down just a tad. Get closer to the microphone. Ooh, spooky, scary. That looks a little bit better. A little bit more in frame. Not all that much, but a teeny amount, I suppose. I could do it this way, huh? That feels better. Okay. I'm literally just messing with the camera. I'm hoping and praying that I didn't fuck any of these up because Oswald knocked one of them to the floor the other day, and the last time something like that happened, I had to get a new one because it wouldn't focus anymore. It wasn't this one, it's our other one, and you're gonna see our other one's just a little blurry. But I'm hoping it's only that way because I have it zoomed, and so it doesn't like the auto zoom. Or the manual zoom. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll find out when I go to record and shit. But that is many moons away. Not many moons. We're almost in May. This is wild. We're almost in May. We have the rest of this week and then next week. And then we're basically in May. We're basically in May at the end of next week. And that's too early. It's too quick. There's too much happening and I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it. So it's going to be interesting. And yeah, that's pretty much, it's going to be today. And then theoretically Monday, Wednesday are going to be our last streams for a month, y'all. For a month. Which is crazy, but sometimes that's how it goes. And we're going to be missing a few in June, depending on what days we record. But we'll definitely be missing a few. And then we'll have to see how the rest of it goes, because it'll depend on conventions and stuff like that. But I hope y'all don't forget about the community that we have while we're gone for the month of May. I hope you don't forget. Don't forget about us. That's all I can ask. But for now, we're just going to keep painting. Because I did them off stream, but the combat terrain maps are officially done. I have created both castle ones, the maze mansion one for plague, and the wheat field dirt crop mansion house for famine. So all of them are done. Now, I think I have decided I am not going to make those little beds. You know how we were working on those beds and we were going to have them like line out the terrain map for Plague's place? I don't think I'm going to make them. And we could. It's not that we couldn't. But I think the issue I'm having is I can't figure out a way to get them to look like anywhere near straight. Like everything else doesn't need to, because like stone is janky and fucked up. It doesn't need to be smooth, etc., etc. But these, when they don't look even, look really amateur. And all of it's gonna look amateur because I'm a fucking amateur and that's okay. But they just don't, they're not holding up the way I want them to hold up. The only way I could think of doing it that maybe would work is if we find some sort of like cookie cutter or something that's just a rectangle. Because then what I could do is I could just punch out a rectangle and then cut around that rectangle and I'll have the 4 like pieces that we would need, you know what I mean? So you would just go whoosh and then flip it like an apple and go whoosh. And then I would have it exactly as I need it. But I don't know. I mean, I have cookie cutters that are circles, but like they're plastic. And I think even the metal ones would have trouble with the foam, going through foam. So that's kind of hard to do. And I don't know of anything that's like, here's a rectangle and a square that are strong enough and sharp enough that they'll cut through literal foam. So I think we're kind of out of luck there. And I'm going to leave it the way it is. Which, if that's our choice, then that means all we have left to do is finish painting our minis. And the only one we technically really need to get done is our queen, because she's a god and we love her. But I do want to paint as many as possible, just at a very basic level. So that way when I'm whipping out all of those other, like, minion enemies and stuff, that I can just pull from the random lot and put them on the board. That's kind of the plan. Yeah, that's kind of the energy, I think. And a lot of the props and stuff are done, and otherwise we should be good. And then, you know, of course, once the actual book comes out, that's all my ass is going to be doing, is reading and reading and reading. Which will be fun. Lots of fun. But for now, it's just about painting. And I did bring out, like, 2 or a few extras that we had put away, like the big orc guy. Because I do think he would kind of be fun as a representation of, Boy, I never realized how long they made his fucking teeth. Jesus Christ, my guy. But if we paint him, I think he might be a fun representation of Famine just because of how big he is. This is not how I picture Famine. He's not so, like, angry and physical, but he's really big. And I just feel like it might look better on the board because of how big he is. But we'll see. We mainly want to, like, do some of these double coats so they're good to go. And then finish our Evil Queen Harbinger of the End territory. So I want to pull out the ones, I have some of the ones facing frontward here that we're going to call good enough, which are some of these, I think this one's definitely on the, I think this one we need to redo the base. Yeah, so we'll put her back here. With it like that. I know that one needs worked on too. We got a couple of ladies and gentlemen that need worked on. I think she was okay. We'll probably do her base again. Maybe the yellow. I think some of these X-Men colored. Could those be tusks? Hi, Theta. Welcome. I think they are tusks. Because I guess you can have tusks that come from, like, the bottom half. They're just, like... I mean, I guess it's because it's a cheaper 3D print because I got it in a bundle of 50, but it's really funny because, let's see if it'll, you see how they point, look at them, they point straight out of his mouth. Like, they don't curve up, they don't come to a point, they don't look like tusks. That's definitely what they're supposed to be, but it really looks like it's almost like attached to his tongue. Like, it's very funny how far out they go. From the front, it's not as bad. But from the side, it kind of looks hysterical. Hey, at least they haven't broken. I'm genuinely surprised that they are still attached with how roughly I treat everything. So, you know what? Maybe sometimes we gotta look on the bright side of things. You know what I'm saying? She could probably use another coat. Alright, so we'll do a few more coats of the yellows and the reds. And I was out with my sister and I got some neon pigmented primary, like such red and blue primaries. I got some nice, more, less primary colored blues and a purple so that we can use them on everybody, but we can use them on our Harbinger most importantly, because I think I've been struggling with her color palette because of how primary, I just have the primary, like, blues from Cream Coat, and it's making her look ugly as shit. Or, as we've lovingly called the other ones, like X-Men. Like, from far away, this legitimately just looks like a 1990s comic comic superhero. Like, this looks like the Green Goblin or fucking Garfield Logan in a cape, like... So, we could be a little bit more subtle. But we'll see if we get them handled. I got my, whatchamacallums, my brushies. I think we usually use 00 or 0. They're both kind of open here. Yeah, my zero's been split a little bit. Oh no. Well, we'll whip out, let's whip out some double zero just so we can get some of these bases redone, I think. But, let me pop y'all over. Yeah, see, you can see it's not totally focusing. I'm gonna hope and pray that that's because, I zoomed it in too much because I manually zoomed, and that's why it doesn't want to you see, it's doing that. It's like it's trying. I'm gonna hope that I didn't fuck it up, because I think if I do this, it zooms pretty well to, like, my hand. So I'm gonna assume it's just because it doesn't like the zoom I did. Hobgoblin. Oh. Very well could be, Theta. Very well could be. Oh, you know what? You know what? Because he's so big in comparison, I bet he's a troll. Are trolls in the D&D universe gigantic? Because they are in my head. I'm wondering if he's meant to be a troll, because he's so, like, big in size comparison. That would be my guess, is maybe he's meant to be a troll. But okay, let's start with her, and let's bust out some of these blues that we can actually get, like... Got them at, like, a sale. Like, you all ever been to those, like, Amazon Target resale stores where it's just, like, bins and they throw everything in it, and then every day is, like, a different dollar price? So my sister and I went to these new, like, Target resale bin stores near us, and they had these paints. So this was, like, 50-cent bottle, and, the other ones were, like, you know, 88 cents and stuff. So... we'll see if it's any good, and if it can match with the cream coat. I just wanted some, you know, some colors that weren't so X-Men. So I'm hoping this will work for her. I grabbed the darker one, which I think this is going to be, this is Inky Night versus Deep Sea. I think they're either going to end up being the exact same color, or this one's going to be darker. So I'm going to try and go with this one first, because I want the dark blue. I believe so, but please consult an actual D&D player. No worries, Theta. I will ask them when they show up if that is, in fact, a troll. Because in my brain, the only reference I have to troll in my brain, and this is going to sound crazy, but you got to remember I was born in '99. The only real reference to what a troll looks like in my brain is the fucking Harry Potter movie, where there's a troll in the girl's bathroom. And it's, like, gigantic and filled with snot. That's the only visual reference I have of a troll. Which, like, fuck J.K. Rowling, but damn, that's a banger film. That's all I gotta say. That's a good-ass CGI troll. Oh. Alright, it's opened. Shake, 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 shake. See what we got. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I wouldn't call this a dark, I guess it's a dark blue, but it's very oh, this is where my failing of color theory is going to come to bite me. It's much more like on the green spectrum than we were using, if that makes sense. I don't know if that'll show up in the light. But you see that versus the type of blues we were using on her? It's a very different shade. Now, she looks very lightened, and obviously I'm trying to make her dark. So it is darker, but it's not the shade necessarily. So let me try the Deep Sea one and see what it looks like. Because I don't mind using it, but... for me, it's the cave troll from Lord of the Rings. Oh! Which one's the cave troll? I've seen Lord of the Rings, but the only thing that comes to my head for creatures from Lord of the Rings is the spider. What does the cave troll look like? I don't... I've got the trees. The trees I can picture. I mean, not literally, because they invented it, but the trees I can picture. And the spider I can picture. But I think that's it. I don't have any other visual being pulled from there. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. I'm about to get my hand very blue. Okay. Blue. That might be the shade we want. It's pigmented, but I think it's darker than our primary blue we've been using. Yeah. So it's still a little bright, but it's definitely, I think, darker than what we got on there, which is the energy that I want. So let me give it a shot. Let's give it a shot and see. I whipped out double zeros, didn't I? Okay. I think that's the shade we want. Now I gotta try the other one that's more of the tinted color. Hold on. Let me bust out the other one, and let's use it's a double zero. Let's use our regular. Where's our big boy? Our regular zero. Love to call zero the big boy. Crazy. Let's try this one. Her Majesty looks great. Better than the mock-up on Hero Forge. I know, right, Theta? I'm so glad we went with Titancraft. Listen, if they ever want to sponsor me, I would be supporting them so hard. Fucking beautiful, gorgeous ass custom mini. So glad we did this instead of Hero Forge. I don't recall exactly where the cave troll appears. Perhaps Helm's Deep? That would make sense. That would make sense. I think you might be right. Oh, interesting. Boy, colors sure are fascinating. Okay. I think we do want that baby bottle blue. And I'm gonna call them baby bottles because they're the chonky bottles that are small and short. Is drying in a dark color, which is what we want. This is definitely showing, I don't know if you can see it on her. The two different colors. There's a really teeny weeny line of the dark blue, and then a big thick line of that lighter, like, indigo-ish blue. So we definitely do want, ooh, we've done that so much. We definitely do want the darker color. It just needs a second to dry. It looks pigmented when you put it on, but it's actually pretty good once it dries. Okay. All right, we'll do that then, because that's the color that I think would be good for her. The amount of times this has gotten painted different shades of blue is so funny to me. Like, it's gotten painted probably 6 or 7 times with different shades of blue. And white and black and all sorts of jazz. But it's what happens when you're trying to get exactly the right look. We want her to be beautiful. Exactly the way we picture her. And blue, I feel like, is a hard color to get right, especially if you're doing a villain with blue, because it's not necessarily a villain energy. So I want to make sure we get the right shades, because we want her to be like royalty and cool, but also, you know, I'm a villain and I will kill you energy. But I will kill you because I think it's the right thing to do. Try to get in that little jacket piece there. The color scheme suits her. I could easily imagine a royal in a medieval setting dressing in that palette. That's what I'm thinking too. And she also ended up with blue because blue is one of the few colors that like doesn't work in our, for the greater good, literally. But it doesn't work in our biblical tie-ins. And I was doing our Four Horsemen based on what the clergy wears for color schemes and what they mean, and obviously blue's not one of them. But blue is like the color of Virgin Mary territory. And I realized it's her son that dies and starts the apocalypse to cleanse the world of sin, which is literally Jesus, because we've been referencing the boy and comparing him to Jesus with everything we do. I'm like, why don't we just give her the blue color palette and reference her to the Virgin Mary? Who, in Catholic beliefs, is the only human to have an immaculate conception. As in, like, she was born entirely without sin, I think. Unless I am doing it backwards, and the Immaculate Conception is Jesus being born without sin. But I think it's her! I do tend to get that wrong, though. Someone fact check me before it's too late. The different shades create, perhaps inadvertently, the effect of multiple garments layered on top of each other. Yeah, I kind of like it, to be honest. Because she does it. We do have a few different layers on her, but I think the different colors work well because they do exactly what you're saying, right? Is it looks like she's medieval royalty that where they would put on like a petticoat and then an undercoat and then another one and then another one and then another one, right? That's what they did. So I think that'll work well. Yeah, as that's drying, that's a very nice shade of blue. Yep. Yep, I like that blue a lot. Alright, let's make sure we do the top half, because that's... She's got sleeves on her dress. Make those sleeves the nice dark blue. Boop-bo-doo-ba-doo-boop-boo. I'm glad we did a black base coat for this one. Definitely is my choice compared to the white base coats. I think the black looks a lot better. Okay, that's one arm. Well, Jesus is also sinless, but I commend you for not confusing the Immaculate Conception and the Virgin Birth. Okay, so was I right, Theta? Because I'm pretty sure the Immaculate Conception refers to Mary being born without sin. Because technically Jesus... Now, this is just how my own brain reasons it. But Jesus doesn't count because although he is fully man and fully God, he's also fully God. So, like, of course he's born. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't count. Pretty sure the Immaculate Conception is that she's the only human, just straight up a human, born without sin. Unlike everybody else, who's born with sin in Catholic logic. And that was one of, like, the trick questions that we had to study in school. Because they wanted to make sure that you wouldn't say Jesus. Because they're like, oh, we tricked you. You thought the Immaculate Conception was Jesus, but it's actually Mary. And I, you know, was good at school. Good at tests and stuff. So I just sort of was like, ah, yes. I will know the truth of this trick question. Because I am smart. 4.3 GPA. Blah, 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 blah. And so I just remember it. Alright, let's let that blue dry. I keep hitting her when she's down here. I'd love for her to be on screen, but like I keep hitting her ass, so we're gonna put her in the front. She's not gonna be fully seen, I guess, but that's fine. Okay. Now, let's do some coats on some of these X-Men here. They are very X-Men-ified. it does refer to Mary. Thank you. Oh, I'm so proud of my little Catholic self. Look at me being a good student. Wow. I'm such a good student. Oh my god. Too bad I wanted to go to a career in the arts. God fucking help me. Threw away my smarts to try and be an actor. That's how the world goes sometimes. Any verse there. Alright. You really were very impressive. Thank you. Listen, I was good at school. Traditional school, I should say. I was good at traditional school. And if I had went for a traditional job and stayed in a traditional field, I'd probably have money and a house or a fancy apartment and probably, you know, I'd make nice food and I'd have nice investments and I'd have all my little white-collar friends. And I could go out to restaurants and I could take airplanes that weren't economy class and, you know, all these fancy things and have nice clothes and etc., etc. But the universe likes to fuck with people. And so what it does is it makes the people, one of the things it can do sometimes is it will make the people who are good at traditional education hate traditional education. Because there's no funnier of a joke than going, hey, why don't you get a fucking, like, 4.5 out of 5 on your AP English Literature exam, but absolutely not want to do any traditional career with that skill or knowledge, and instead only want to throw it all away in order to go do a job that has nothing to do with that and will get you nowhere. And that is the funniest joke that the universe knows how to play. And I may have been traditionally smart at school and quizzes and tests and writing and literature, etc. But unfortunately, I have never been street smart. And so I could not see through the universe's prank on me. And its prank succeeded. And here I am. Sometimes, that's how the world works. A lot of Catholic school graduates have just as poor an understanding of Catholic theology as the average person. Now, that is the truth. That is the truth. See, I am, as many adults growing up trying to teach me the Catholic ways found out very quickly. I am what's known as an enemy to religion and philosophy. And the reason why I say that is very simple. If you tell me something, I'm going to say, why? And I'm going to ask questions. And when you answer my question, I will not say, oh, I see. I will then follow up with, interesting, why is that? And I will continue in this pattern. And you see, anyone who is curious about any religion is a wonderful, fantastic, like, student that they want. So they're like, oh my goodness, this person is curious and involved. This is the kind of person we want in our religion because they're going to be passionate and blindly faithful. But there's a very thin line between, uh-oh, they're passionate and blindly faithful, and they won't stop. And when you are the type of person who won't stop, aka me, now you are the exact opposite of what a religion wants, which is somebody who will keep asking you questions that you don't have the answer to, and will never, ever, ever be satisfied with the answer of, I don't know. Or the answer of, we don't know. Or the answer of, we just believe. Or the answer of, this is what we think. When those are your final answers to questions that you are basing your entire morality and life upon, your entire existence is based upon well, this is what I think, and this is what I believe, and we don't really know for sure. I am the worst person you can ever have trying to initiate into that religion. And that's why a lot of folks will, when I'm like tiny baby, are like, oh, yes, we want this type of child. You are so great, yes. And then when I get to when we get to 5th, 6th grade, and we start going, they're like, okay, we need to push them into the just go with it territory. Because if we can keep you in the passionate but just listens territory, that's the kind of person we want in our religion. Because that's what they will do for the rest of their life, and that's how they'll raise their kids, and that's how they'll raise their family, etc. And it will be questions that get answers and make you more passionate. But there are a few of us who we get there, and they can't seem to push into the just go with it. And that's what happens, is we flip the coin and almost always, not always, but almost always, become atheists or agnostics or whatever it is, simply because I'm not willing to take I don't know as an answer. Like, ain't gonna happen. You suck my dick, ain't gonna happen. Like, that's not to say I have all the answers, because science and other bullshit doesn't have all the answers. But they constantly are searching for them and looking for them and have repeatable, clear, experiments that are consistent and concurrent, versus most religion is entirely based upon word of mouth. Entirely. And I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I'm a hypocrite. I am one of the best bullshitters you will ever meet in your entire life, assuming I don't have anxiety that day. But I'm one of the best bullshitters you will ever meet in your entire life. I am not willing to put my belief into word of mouth, because I know what comes out of my mouth. And there's no way in any form of this world that for thousands and thousands of years there has not been a single liar in this history. And there's no way in thousands and thousands of years that your group of people specifically was able to call out and recognize and not listen to the single liar. No. Because if they're a liar, they're good at what they do, and you're not gonna catch them. So, I was good. I was good in a technical sense. Could ace all the tests, could answer all their questions, could give you, now we never had to read the Bible, but could give you all the passages, that kind of thing. But they didn't like it because I wouldn't just go with it. I could answer it and then say, no, I don't think that's right. Or, no, what if it meant this? And that's what got me in trouble. But that's okay. Boo-doo-boo. Gotta make this base white and the swords white, I think. in my hair. Okay. Okay, swords are white. And now, we're gonna make the base white. And I think we'll leave this lady done. This dude done. Whatever ambiguous they want to be. I believe the typical response to the someone was lying objection is that up until 313 CE, being a Christian was punishable by death, and most people would rather recant than die. Yes, and that is entirely fair. That goes until what? 313 CE? There's a lot of time past that. There's a lot of time for people to be liars past then. A lot of time. Also, I mean, Catholicism, or anything that deals with a Bible in general, I don't know how you can, personally, I wouldn't understand reading something like that and viewing it as any different than the Greek gods and the Roman gods. Because that is, if someone were to ask me, well, what's my explanation for what the Bible is? It is simply the Greek gods and the Roman gods, except people who believed that the folklore was real have lasted longer than, didn't die out the way that people who believed the Greek gods and Roman gods were real did. To me, that is your only difference. To see the Greek gods and the Roman gods as mythology, and why would anyone think they're real, doesn't make logical sense to me if you believe in any other god. Because why can't yours be the same? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, Latin's a dead language. It's still a language. That's kind of my thing. There were, of course, insincere believers both before and after 313, but they would have failed the ultimate test, as it were. Yeah, the ultimate test. The ultimate test. I think that's also the argument of, like, hey, if you're a witch, you'll float, and then we burn you alive. But if you're not a witch, you'll drown and be dead anyways. So interesting. Like, okay. Alright, so we could make these cleaner, a few of these, but I'd rather get some painted at all than worry about making stuff very clean, to be honest. So maybe we come back to them later, but let's do some of these other ones, I think. Judaism, Christianity, and Zoroastrianism, I do not know that one, are the only religions I can think of. I can think of that outlived the Roman Empire. Well, and that's the thing, right? Is like there were people alive who believed in the Roman gods. It's just that died out. Yours happened to be spread further and didn't die out to this day. That doesn't make it true. You know what I mean? Like, people believe in astrology. That doesn't make it true. Like, the ducking stool? I lost the reference point on that one, Theta. You're gonna have to give me what that was referencing. Because YouTube chat's a little behind. What was that about? Oh yeah, that's a nice dark blue. Yeah, that's definitely a shade I wanted. Okay, so now I'm gonna use this one to do this outer realm that was originally like this light blue color. So let's unpeel this. So much paint everywhere. Ew, God. Ew, it's on my hands. Ugh. I like ate a napkin once, and now anytime I even touch with my hands, like paper towels and napkins, it makes me really uncomfortable because I can feel it in my teeth. Fun neurodivergency. Okay. So let's try this and see what it looks like. Oh, this is kind of the same color as the 55 or the 50-cent one. Okay, this could work. It's at least a little darker, which is nice. I might have to go for the smaller brush here, but... Oh, the execution of supposed witches. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, it is a Catch-22, which is a fantastic book, by the way, if you've never read Catch-22. For anybody who may watch this, read Catch-22. It's a fucking good-ass book. God-tier shit. Really, really good. Granted, that's coming from me. And you know what kind of books I like to read. But I thought it was a banger. So fucking good. And the TV show? The single limited series that I think is on Hulu? Fucking fantastic. If you're not a reader, or you don't like reading old man books, which is totally valid and fine, go watch this series on Hulu. It's really fucking good. And gets like no love because it's based on an old man book that nobody knows. People know it. It's one of the famous old man books, but like nobody cares about it. And so when the show was made, nobody gave a shit except for me because it's really fucking good. So highly recommend. Really good show. Incredibly well done for how absolutely wild that book is. Book is very wild. Anniversary. like that blue color too, to sit on top of that dark blue. It's a little bit better. Okay, so then I want to throw in some, like, I think we're going to throw in gold in there. Remember, a little bit of purple. And then I'm not sure what I want to do, because originally, like, we were going to go this vibe where it's like a tint shift for her breastplate, but I think that's too bright. I think it's a little too bright for her evil Mary energy. So we'll let that dry for a second. And then let's get to some of these folks. We can use our nice new blue. Is this my smaller one? No, this is my 0. So my 0's fine. We can use my 0 for some of these. Our Katari person. Love it, love it, love it. Technically, I saved these colors, but whether or not I can get them back and running with a little water is an entirely different conversation. We will have to see, or if I just use the new paints that I have and say fuck it, they can be dried out old paints, which I might do because bringing them back to life sounds like work. And I don't like work. It's not something I want to do. So I might just not. Nice blue. I think we'll just keep going with the one color. Hey, gal. Thank you for subscribing for another month, queen. It's funny because this subscription for the next month is going to get you basically nothing, although you don't need it because you're a queen and we love you. But it's funny to think practically because I'm literally not going to be live for the month of May because of all the bullshit that's going down. In a good way. Bullshit in a good way. Excited bullshit. Really happy bullshit. But nonetheless, so that's funny to me. But thank you for re-upping it. I appreciate you. How are you? How did your thing go yesterday? Did everything go okay? Everything go well? How's my queen? I haven't talked to you in so long. What's my girl? Bum ba dum bum bum. Gal knows you personally, in addition. True. Accurate and true. Fair and valid. Yeah, we are picking a director for the next show. Ooh. Obviously, there's no point in saying who you picked because we're not gonna know any of them. But what were, can you give me things you were looking for in picking someone? Like, what were you debating? Like, were you like, oh, this person's got, like, high energy, but they're kind of new, or this person, you know, would be good for a comedy, but I don't know if they can run this show, etc., etc. What were you looking for? Bring me into the fold. I want to know. Anniversary. I really should just turn on my music. That would be helpful, but we'll get there eventually. Also, what is your next show? Come to think of it. I guess I don't even know what you're trying to find a director for. I assume it's a play, but is it like a one act or what's the vibe? There were 6 candidates, and we were looking for previous experience, passion, organization skills, and stuff like that. You have no idea. Oh, so you're not just casting for like, hey, we're gonna run this show and we need somebody to direct it. You are like looking for somebody to like help find something and pitch and whatever y'all decide as on a group, they're gonna run type of energy. Got it. Okay. Interesting. This is your, this is your drama group, right? From college? I don't remember names, but I know we've talked about this. We wanted to pick the director before we pick the show so that they can make the decision. That's really nice. That's really nice, actually, and very thoughtful. This is my last semester with any power because I have grad school and a job starting in May. Yes, this is the acting group I'm in. Yo, congratulations on the job. Don't dox yourself, but oh my goodness, congratulations. Let's go. And also, congrats for grad school, too. Crazy to still be going to school in the current political climate that we live in. But I send you good energy nonetheless. I hope none of your funding gets fucked with further. Good luck. That's all I can say, really. Is good luck, buddy boo. Good luck, good luck. Were you the swords that we did? Yeah, okay. You try yet? Yeah, mostly. Okay, we're gonna try and put a little purple flare in there and see what it does. Oh, I need a master's to get a job in the field I want. Ooh, boo. That means you don't get a choice. You gotta deal with it. That sucks. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed. Hey gal, can I test your good student Catholicismness? See if you were a good student back in Catholic school? What's the Immaculate Conception? I got it right, and I'm so proud of my little Catholic student self. How are you? Did you celebrate Easter? Yes. Brianna and I went to dinner with some family folk. And then we have a few shows that her and I both watch. One of them, the one that we finished, because we both really like it, so we watch it together, is because showing people shows and stuff that I like is my love language. And so one of the shows, and there aren't a lot that she will like, that I will also like. But I knew she would like this one, and she does. And so the show that we finished over Easter was the new Matlock with Kathy Bates. So fucking good, and it ended on a little cliffhanger, and I was like, oh my god. Ended on a big cliffhanger, really, but it was fantastic. Good old time. The day it was revealed to Mary that she would be the mother of the Lord Jesus. False. That is not, in fact, the Immaculate Conception. You did the thing that I was saying that I thought I was going to do, where everybody gets it backwards. The Immaculate Conception is Mary being born without sin, not Jesus. So it's not the notifying that Jesus is going to be born, it's the notifying them that Mary's going to be born without sin. And I said that, and I was like, maybe I have it backwards, because everybody always gets it backwards. But Theta Googled it for me, and I did get it right. It's okay, there's not a lot. Oh, I have tea? Oh, bro, give me the tea. I want all the tea, bro. I love tea. Sweet Southern Mama iced tea. That's not the order those adjectives should go in, but it still works. This is a nice little purple. I don't mind this. And then I think I'm gonna try and bust out my 000 and line the edges here in like gold, or we'll make the entirety of the plating gold. I'm not really sure yet. That's kind of cool, because then I can do the little gold outlines there and put it on those edges, and that should be okay. Now the color that we're gonna make her plated armor, I don't know yet. I really don't. I guess we can use the purple on other people. Okay, let's use purple on other people too. Ooh, okay, so this is a thin purple. This is a different... No, same brand. Okay. But it's just as thin of a purple as our cream coat jazz. Good to know. It's very thin. So I might have added a good chunk of water, so maybe that's why. We'll try again. No, there's gonna be too much water on it now. That's alright. So in the beginning, I was told to expect 4-ish people, okay? But alas, one of the DMs couldn't do it anymore. And another DM just didn't show up or put in any work. So I now have 7 people in my campaign. Holy shit. I'm in much suffering. Dude, that sucks balls. You know, you can always tell the extra people that, like, hey, this was not the amount I agreed upon, and I'm sorry, but I can't run games for you. You can say that if you need to. Like, you need to value yourself and your own time and energy and mental health. Don't forget. Hey, Rywick! Hello! How are we? Thank you for raiding, Rywick and all the peoples. How's it going? We are painting up our beautiful, minis today. Which is technically what you raid when you come normally, but nonetheless, we were actually doing it today. We are, in fact, still painting rocks. Hey, Ash. Hey, everybody. How are you? I hope life is good. We're getting there, though. She's very pretty. Let me pull her up. This is our BBEG, if it will focus on her. I don't know if it will, because I have... Let's see. Yep, she's getting there. So we got some blues on her, and we're getting some more color in. But she's the main one that needs to get painted. Painting rocks! Yes. We're getting all our little minis painted. Some of them are very cool. They look like X-Men comic book figures, where they're bright greens and yellows and reds. And some of them are like her, where they're more like, yes, an actual character with an outfit. Thank you, Ash. Custom little model looks great. Thank you, Rywack. She's gorgeous, yo. I'm so proud. Shout out to Titancraft. I'm so glad that we bought her and decided to paint her because she looks so fucking good. And the paint's coming out well. I got some, what I like to call baby bottle paints, where they're small but chunky. So like little baby bottles to make it look a little less X-Men territory with the primary colors. And I think it's working, but that is going to be, I mean, we've got today, Monday, and Wednesday, and those are our last streams for an entire month at the least amount of time. So we are literally going to spend them painting and chatting and painting because I got a bunch of minis we got to get done, y'all. We got to get them done for the show. And hopefully they'll look fancy and dandy and they'll be good to go. And that's kind of the energy. We got quite a few left, so I'm trying not to be perfect about them, but sometimes my inner voice gets in there and it's like, make it pretty. You know what I mean? But it's okay, because I think some of them are like he's ugly, and it's okay. We can let him be ugly. You know what I mean? Let him be ugly. Not everybody gets to be the main character. Some of you have to be the red shirts in Star Trek, okay? And that's kind of the vibe right now. But how are y'all? What were you doing? What were you doing on your stream, Mr. Rywick and company? How was all the jets going? Oh, pull up my big group tab. Okay. Why it just doesn't send through? Like a gal just did not send through your message? It gets better because 2 of the 7 have time constraints. So I have to do the second half of the campaign twice. Oh, gal, that sucks. For everybody who just popped in, gal is telling me about, she was, like, had commitments with other people and, like, game masters for her Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And some of them pulled the, working on a group project where they just didn't do the work, and so now she's a little overwhelmed. So we send her our good energy and we love her. She is our longest subscriber, 11 months, just renewed it today. We love a queen. Was hanging with Ash and her milkmaids and then did a quick Zelda speed run. What Zelda did you speed run? And also, if any of y'all had to pee, you need to go eat your chicken nuggies or go to bed. Feel free to do it. I will chat while I paint because I've been putting this off and I do need to paint. But I will be here able to chat and sing. If YouTube is listening, sing non-copyrighted music. But when YouTube's not listening,
I'll be singing copyrighted music.
Okay. I'm in Rachel's walls. Yes, you are. You are, in fact, in my walls, gal, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The Faces of Evil? No, are you serious? Bro, how do you speedrun The Faces of Evil? How? When you say speedrun, do you mean like glitch it? Let me out, I want my gummy snacks.
Never. You cannot exit the walls. If you exit the walls, then the universe itself will begin to tear.
But seriously, when you say speedrun something like Faces of Evil, or I guess anything in general, do you mean like glitch allowed runs or no glitch allowed runs? Nah, I play all the cutscenes %. The goal is to watch every cutscene in the game from start to finish. Oh, so you play no glitch runs. Bro, how long did that take you? Yo, like, I like Linkus and stuff, and I like watching him do, like, the, you know, not the glitch runs. I don't care for the glitch runs, but he doesn't really do glitch runs. He skips cutscenes. But, well, I guess the swimming and stuff is a glitch. But you know what I mean? Like, no, breaking? I don't know how to explain it. There's a difference to me in a glitch where you're, like, you can fall through, like, you know, boundaries of the game versus the frame swimming that he does in Wind Waker. The frame swimming and that level of stuff is cool. I like those in a speed run. But just like, if I click these buttons in the right order at 0.2% speed, then I'll immediately go to the end of the game and win. That's the stuff I don't care for. Little over half an hour. Okay. Out of bounds, sequence breaking, void spawning, etc. Yeah. Ryrek. It's that kind of stuff where I'm like, to me that makes it boring, you know what I mean? Wind Waker is super swimming and chest clip. Thank you. See, those I'm fine with, because to me, that just makes it, like, faster, and it's interesting manipulating of mechanics. Versus if you're, like, straight up hopping, and there's some out of bounds stuff, because if you're climbing the Forsaken Fortress Tower? Or is it the Dragon Roost thing? Like, you have to go out of bounds in order to climb over the tower and, like, skip the boss. So that's fine. It's only when it's, like, you know, the version that's, like, I can skip every single moment of every single piece of the game and get it done in 0.2 seconds because I do blah, 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 blah. That stuff annoys me, but is half an hour long? Like, do you have any records in this? Do you have any records in this game? I'm curious now. You got any records? You a fancy speedrunner with our records? Boy, this purple is just as thin as the regular paints I use. The blues, I don't think were. They were, well, maybe, and I just couldn't see. But I think they were a little bit more solid. But I could be wrong, because I also wasn't putting them on white. So it might be why they appeared solid, but weren't. That's possible. Not really. I speedrun it casually. It's a points redeem on my channel. Oh, cool. I love that. Anywho, got a raid and run. I'm exhausted, and there's a kitten waiting for me. Have a good stream. Oh my god. Give so much love to the kitten. That's adorable. And have a good night. Have a good night. Just a casual professional. Love that, Ash. God tier. God tier. Yes, please feel free to lurk or peace out entirely, whatever y'all need to do. I appreciate you guys. Or consider this a co-working stream. If you've got work to get done and you just want to pop it in the background while you do your work or something, you can do that too. Whatever is the vibe or the energy is fine. We got 3 more of these streams. And then we are essentially on break for a month because We have a break at the beginning of May for personal time. And then in the middle of May, we're going to be at Motor City Comic Con in Michigan. So if you can't get enough of me, you can come stalk me in Michigan. Don't actually, but you can come stalk me in Michigan and say hi and do the workshop. Otherwise, we got 3 of these, and then I'll theoretically be back in June. Hey, I'm off to bed as well. Good to see you again. Yes, Ash, have a good night, have a good night. Hey, Fox Daddy, what's up, what's up? Oh, I'll stalk you? Yeah, you better. Gal is allowed to stalk me. Anything I say does not apply to Gal. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. What's up, Fox Daddy? How are you, bud? How's life? How was your Easter? Did you have a good time? Did you spend it with family? What did you do? Still a little X-Men-y, I suppose, but that's okay. I live. Hey, that's all that matters. As long as you're alive, we are having a good time. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. You go through the motions and you wake up every day. That's okay. Oh, this little gnome guy is shirtless too. Okay, we'll give him purple shoes. How about that? Okay, little purple shoes. I spent 2 months away from home because of car trouble. Then my mom's car went out of commission, but we fixed her car. Yo, Fox Daddy, that's wild. I hope everything's okay. That's some crazy shit, dude. Glad you were at least able to get somebody's car fixed. Dang, that's hard shit to deal with, yo. Everything is somewhat in order. Good. Good, because that's the worst when it's like you're in the middle of all the shit happening and you're like, I cannot function. You know what I mean? The worst, the worst, the worst. So I totally get it. Alright. If we go back to her. We did some purple on there. I know, I think I want it to be gold. Yeah, I think I kind of want to use the gold because I think the tint shift is going to be too... Yeah, like that's too bright for the color scheme we're going for her, I think. And I liked the glitter on top, but you do need an undercoat. Now, we could do something like moon glitter or star glitter, but I almost kind of feel like that's a little too... teenage girl energy. Now we do have a tint shift instead of blue-green that is purple-blue, which might look okay for the armor instead of the gold. So we could try it. Let's try it. And then theoretically, if we don't like it, we can take it off. I think we're gonna end up with the gold, because I just think this is gonna be too bright. Let's see. Oh. Actually, isn't that bad. Adds a little bit of like a pink tone. But I kind of don't mind it. Huh. I don't know if you can see it on there or not, but... I think I still might put a little gold on there, because right now it doesn't quite stand out, which is wild for how purple this is, but... Admittedly, I'm having problems getting the audio right on the video. That's okay, Fox Daddy. It happens, my guy. And if you can't get it to work, it's no biggie. I can fuck with it myself. Just gotta let me know what the energy are. If you think it's too much, or that you're not able to do it, let me know and I'll get started on the series. Because I do think I'm gonna plan for them to release starting in June and try and have them go out like weekly. So if I need to, I have to go in and touch up every edited scene. I'll get it to work. Okay. If you're sure, you can do it, Fox Daddy. Genuinely, like, don't feel like, I don't want you to overburden yourself or pressure yourself. If at any point you're like, hey, I don't want to work on these, just let me know so that I can hop into my editor and start going so that they can release in June. That's all. Because once we get a good formula down, then I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the other ones will go like a little smoother and a little faster. Because we'll know what we're looking for, you know what I mean? Wow, I actually really like that tint shift. Holy shit. I might put that on her fucking dress. Wait a second. I might put that on her actual dress and then change up and put the gold on the other stuff. Huh. I do think it looks better as like on top. So maybe we put the helm pieces in yellow, which I think I'm actually gonna bust out a smaller boy for, which is crazy. I think I'm gonna go to my triple zeros. I'm gonna bust out triple zeros for the first time. I would have had it to you by now if I didn't keep taking a break plus the car thing. It's fine. Genuinely, Fox Daddy, like, don't freak about it, right? You know, we're not like, I'm not at status to where YouTube makes me any money. It would be very different if I was like, I have to post a video weekly or I don't get paid. Don't even have the stats where I'm allowed to monetize on YouTube yet. Like, I can't even let ads play on the video energy. So don't freak out about it. I appreciate the work you do. It's all good, my guy. We're gonna pop the base yellow down and then put gold on it, I think is the way to go about this. All right, triple zeros are out. Here we go. as a professional, I would like to know that I can get videos done in a timely manner. But once I get used to how you want things, it'll get easier. That's what I think too, Fox Daddy, is like, once we have a rhythm of like, this is the speed it should be at, these are the things you can cut, these are the graphics we should use, then that should stay consistent across the board. So I think once we've got it there, we'll be totally chill. Oh yeah, I decided to sell pies over the summer as a side gig. Now, gal, is this similar to Cutco, where it's a pyramid scheme? Or is this actual real pies that you have baked that you are going to be selling? What is the energy of this one? Hair is having a fun time today, okay. The yellow's down, at least. Oh, fruit pies. But I cannot sell pot pies in my state. I'm making the pies, selling them, and getting money. My own side business. Oh, cool. Wait, that's actually really fun. Is the... Oh, ad break in about a minute here. Thank you also for removing that chatter gal. I appreciate that. Is the reason you can't sell pot pies because it's meat and you have to like have different licensing for meat? The fruit pie sounds like a great idea. That's gonna be so cute. Are you allowed to do like dessert pies? Like, can you do like pumpkin and apple? Well, I guess apple would be fruit. Does pumpkin count as in the fruit category? Like, you know what I mean? That sounds like fun. Do you already have people lined up to buy them? Or, like, where did this idea come from? conversation has been happening. Sorry, see, this is why I'm a just chatting streamer, because when I do tasks, I get focused. Okay, let me see. No, it's because it would have to be temperature regulated, and in my state, I cannot do that. Got you. Are they Gam Gam's recipes? It started because I made pie. Oh, hiccups are here. Started because I made pie for Easter, and my family was encouraging me to sell them. Fight the power. Hell yeah, fight the power. Hell yeah. They're my own recipes. I'm a recipe dragon. I hoard them. Yes. This I remember. I know you have a shit ton of recipes. I could make them, but I can't sell them legally. Got you. Yeah, and if you want to have it as income, it needs to be legal. Yeah, legally in quotes. Wait, that's so cool. I love that. Which ones are you planning to like what are the flavors? What are your main ones that you're gonna do like Girl Scout cookie style? Give me the lineup. If I want to buy a gal in town pie, I'm rhyming, what would be my menu options? That's what I want to know. What will be my menu options? Okay. I can use gray and black now, which is great and fabulous. Because our actual terrain, our actual combat terrain is done. So I don't have to be so conscious of how much black and gray I have left. My main are coconut cream, blueberry, apple caramel, strawberry rhubarb, and pumpkin. Ew, that's such a cool lineup. I mean, I have no doubt that you make good food. I've never had it, but I have an inkling. So I'm not surprised your family was telling you to sell them. Are you advertising like a business would, like with a name and a logo and stuff? Or are you more gonna like just sort of market to people in your college? What's the vibe? Well, I guess you're probably not allowed to sell on campus grounds, but I don't know. It might be different for a college. I don't know. Hey, Alex, what's up? Just finished playing modded Minecraft. Cool. I'm gonna go on Facebook and pray. I love that, gal. That is the correct method. Get on that Facebook and pray. That's what I do. Summoned and killed a demon for its heart. Spooked the server owner with polymorph magic. And helped everyone out with understanding the mod pack on day 3. Alex, your mastery over that kind of jazz will never not be incredible. That sounds like a shit ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. What was the mod pack? Was it the thing with the demons? And like, was polymorph part of the mod pack? Also, I want to sell to blue collar workers. I'm not allowed to sell on campus. Yeah. Or at least not to any group affiliated with campus. Yeah, it's usually considered soliciting, so that makes sense. You wouldn't be allowed to do it on campus. Hey, thank you, Kingslayer. I am going. Okay, it should have been me. This white girl is Yu-Gi-Oh-ing, and I am painting. We're getting there. You can see all the little guys up in front who look like X-Men characters. We're still working on our big baddie. But otherwise, we got all our X-Men going. Because for some reason, the colors that I have are so primary pigmented that everybody turns out looking like a 1990s Jean-Luc Picard or Magneto. Like, so that's what we're going with. And it's fine. Everything is fine. Right now I am making a Black Panther because the actual combat terrain is officially done and painted. All of the locations have been made out of foam, painted, glued / stabbed together. So I can use, I don't have to be so careful and selfish with my black and gray paint anymore. That's why you sell them under the bleachers. Accurate. I took DNA from the server owner, chucked it into a cauldron after putting a mandrake root inside. It gave me 3 potions. Each one lets me fully disguise as the person, changes my skin, my name, and even my name on the chat messages and server list. Damn, Alex, that's one hell of a mod. Holy shit, you out here Harry Pottering your mods. That's crazy. It's like a whole ass grim fairy tale. Okay. More power to you. That's fire. X-Men campaign would kick ass. Honestly, one of these days I will allow for a non-horror campaign, and it might just be the X-Men. Because I don't think I've seen an X-Men campaign. And I think an X-Men campaign would indeed kick ass. My only stipulation would be no one is allowed to play our Lord and Savior, Professor X. Not because Professor X is my favorite X-Men. No, actually, far from it. Simply because Patrick Stewart is mine and mine alone. And everything he does is mine and mine alone. I fucking love that man. And I love his whole career. And if I ever get to meet him before he is deceased and dead and buried, I think I will cry my eyes out and explode, and it'll be the most embarrassing thing I've ever done because I fucking love that man. So on one hand, definitely want that to happen in front of a camera recorded. And on the other hand, God fucking help me. I can even curse people if I have the right spell power and ingredients. Yo, that's cool. Have any of you watched Sinners yet? No, but I heard it was pretty good. I don't know the plot, Fox Daddy, but like you name a show Sinners and how would I not want to watch it? You know what I mean? Like how would that not be up my alley? I can curse them with a fun thing called unpredictability. And if they die to a vampire or a werewolf and get revived somehow, they contract the curse of the one that kills them. Ew, I like that. That's fun because that's kind of how like vampirism works, except, you know, because like to create little offspring, usually that's how it goes, is you bite them and then you don't kill them all the way, and so when they come back they're like vampire spawn. So that's cool to have that in there. I like that. Sinners is so good. The music is wonderful and plays a big part in the story. In what way? In what way does the music play a part? Because I'm curious. I am now curious. What do you mean by that? Is it like instrumental, or is it like existing music with lyrics and stuff that helps with the atmosphere? Because that's one of the things I liked that Lucifer did was Tom Ellis is a gorgeous singer, and they had a grand piano in he plays Lucifer. They had a grand piano in his like big old apartment house thing, and he would sing and play covers of a lot of older music. And he's got some gorgeous covers of like they never released the full covers and I'm mad about it, but he had some gorgeous ones of like Sinnerman, which will pop into my head, which is like, oh Sinnerman, where you gonna run to? Hey Sinnerman, where you gonna run to all along them days? There's that one. And then there's like the Watchtower one, which is also very good that he does, which is the shoot, I'm trying to think. It's the thief said to the something, whatever it is, but it's very, very good. Both are good. And Supernatural actually did that very well. Supernatural's a weird-ass whack job show, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. It had a very good choice of like, we're gonna use specific covers of these songs and make them fit so well and be badass. Like, the Supernatural version, the cover that they chose, and I don't know the woman who sings it, I should, but I don't, of, Oh Death, is still the best version of Oh Death. And I would have no idea it even existed if Supernatural had not popped it into their show when they introduced the character of Death. And it's perfect for his portrayal. He also, people won't agree with me on this one, has the best portrayal of Death as a character in any media whatsoever. And I'll fight a bitch. Hey there, Dadley. Welcome. Let me check the chat 1 second here. I want to finish painting the black on this guy's crossbow. Okay. Let me see. What's been saying in the chat? I can't spoil it because it's that big to the story. Holy shit, okay. But it does an amazing job setting up the villain and mixes so well with a certain scene that all cinema fans will talk about. Interesting. Fox Daddy, that makes me very intrigued. Because that means that those people who are making it, like, music was their shit. You know what I mean? I love when you can tell what the directors and the creators, what was their thing. What they're passionate about for this project, and it just bleeds through the entirety of the project. Even if it's not your energy, you're not your genre, you don't enjoy it, you can tell when it comes out in full force, and I love that. It's actually why I love a lot of Disney Channel original movies, but that's a whole nother conversation. General Kenobi. Werewolves forcibly transform into the wolf form whilst they're in the light of the full moon, and they gain a huge stat bonus through it all, but they can't wear armor or use tools in that form. Like it unequips the stuff and their inventory is full, to drop it. So they're lethally affected by wolfsbane and silver. And they can't cross salt lines and take damage if they do. They also can only eat raw meat, anything else, and they gain several punishing status events. Oh, cool. Wait, that's fire. That's like really intricate and thought out too. Like it's not an afterthought. They really, really went strong with that. That actor plays several different death roles? Really? Wait, he's born for it. I've said this before. I don't think I said it on stream. I think I said it when I was like watching TV. So I'm a procedural bitch. It's the only thing I ever got it complimented for in acting college was procedurals. And I love when you find an actor, and it usually happens in procedurals, which is why I bring this up, that finally booked their niche. And now they just get cast, and they're rolling with getting cast, and they love getting cast as their niche. Where you see this is usually you will see the same guy will play a police officer in every single show. Because that's just his type, and it's just the way things are. And he owns it, though. He's not like, all right, I guess I'm a police officer again. Every single time you're like, it's police officer guy. So I love that you've just told me that this actor plays other deaths, because now every time I see him, I can just go, it's the death guy. I love that. I love when actors find their shit. The movie was directed by Ryan Coogler. That guy loves film. Not movies, film. Oh. And the music is done by Ludwig Göransson. He's this generation's John Williams to me. His ear for music is second to none. Hell yeah. Bro, it all comes back to when somebody finds their thing. And I never have judgment on what that thing is, bro. When you find your thing in the creative field, I don't give a fuck if your thing is like being the Jason who's 34 years old playing the 15-year-old brother in Hannah Montana. If that's your thing, go it, do it, own it, live it, breathe it. You know what I mean? Like, when you are creative and you find the thing, it makes me so happy because you can just tell, you know? You can tell when people find their thing. You really can. And that sounds like fire. I'm going to have to watch it because it definitely sounds like they found their thing. I love when people find their thing. See, now all that's running through my head is that Lucifer one where he's like, and the wolf cried out, please hide me, and the wolf cried out, please hide me, and the wolf cried out, please hide me, all along them days. Power. Oh, I think I made this little dude's hairline too big. That's okay. That's alright. Okay. All along them days. Hunger bar is replaced by a blood bar. They are fully immortal unless they have one of two conditions. They're being attacked by silver, touching garlic, being on fire, being struck by a smite enchanted weapon. Or the second way they become mortal is when their blood bar is reduced to 0. Whoa! Both races have a greater demon tied to them, which can either cure the condition or enhance it. That's kind of cool to like have a greater demon in quotes that could cure your like weird monster condition. Like, can you imagine just being like, I know I'm a demon, but like I can stop you being a werewolf if you want me to. I guess it's a good thing, but I could stop you. Meanwhile, the other one's like, let me make it worse. That's the best energy. Ryan loves film so much. He shot the movie in 70mm IMAX. It's a little pretentious, but I'll give it to him. He even got advice from Christopher Nolan on how to shoot scenes with the larger format. He wanted to get everything right. Okay, King. Like I said, own it, live it, breathe it, eat your shit. Like, don't let anybody else tell you jack. I love that. That's fire. Let's fucking go. Also, I do think I'm going to put this tin shift on her actual dress because it's gorgeous. But let's do the gold first. And touch it from there, I think. Pop that bubble. Oh, am I on the big one? Shoot. Yeah, I'm on the regular 0. No, let's not risk it. This is our big bad lady. Let's switch. Triple zeros. Thank you. And the wolf cried out. Alright, here we go. Think this will work. So if you summon the mother of vampires, Lilith, god tier, and you give her garlic, ironic as garlic damages the vampire user when held, she'll cure it. But if you stare her in the eyes to initiate a pact, and she grants the vampire a bat form, creative mode flight, and a 1-block hitbox. Okay, but bat form is fire. How can you not want to be bat form? Come on. I want to see the movie again in regular IMAX and once more in 70mm, but no AMC theater around me has that, so I'll have to go all the way to Texas to see it again? Bro, you must be dedicated. You really liked this movie, didn't you? You liked the shit out of this movie. You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad you found something that really, like, spoke to you. That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that, like, genuinely. I love when people find something that is just like every fiber of their being gets so excited. That's my joy. I love that. See, now I feel like I shouldn't watch it because what if I don't like it? What if I watch it and I don't like it and I have to come back to stream and tell you I don't like it? I would hate that. I'd probably lie. I'm gonna be fully honest. I'd probably lie and say I liked it. Probably fully would. Oh. Okay, the gold looks good. Probably have to touch it up. The gold does look good. If you summon Herne, Demon of the Hunt, He'll cure your condition if you give him wolfsbane. But if you make a pact with him instead, you can transform into your wolf form at any time, even when it's day. Don't say that to a furry, Alex. You gonna make me download the game and play it just to be a wolf at all times. Sinners was amazing. I love it. I just really want an original film like this to succeed. Risk it, Rach. I'd be interested in hearing why someone didn't like it. I'm no echo chamber. I love that. God tier. If I get a chance, I will watch it. I will probably watch it. It's an original film. Do you think it'll still come to streaming services? Because if it comes to streaming services, I can give it a watch. Or at the very least, when I say come to streaming services, I definitely don't mean bootleg pirate services. And then maybe I can watch it. Because I don't really go to theaters. Herna is a real character in English folklore. He was the inspiration for her scene in Elder Scrolls. Cool. What folklore? Oh, you said English folklore. Oh, interesting. Huh, it would not occur to me to have him in English folklore. Any color suggestions for when I make another resin dragon? Yes. Yes, Dadley, and thank you for putting all your resin projects in the Discord. They're so beautiful. I love pulling up the Discord and getting to see all the artwork and stuff. It's so fabulous. Color suggestion. What colors do you have? Can I give you a challenge and say black and white? Would that be a challenge? I feel like that would be difficult. Many colors? Do you have... I'm on a gold streak. We're using gold. Can you do black and gold? Would that be hard? I'd love to see a black and gold one. I'm a sucker for black and gold. I mean, look at me. I'm a sucker for black and gold. Sinners is distributed by Warner Brothers, so I'm sure it'll be on Max. Got it. Okay. That's okay. It's very difficult for me to get excited about going to the theater, and I love the big screen. I have those. Dadley, I'm going to give you that challenge. I would say whether it's black and gold is up to you, but black and like something glittery or metallic or shiny. Like, because black is a really hard color to have be your like base color because it loses a lot of features and stuff. And it takes over a lot of other colors because of how pigmented it is. So I'm going to say black, and then you can pick whatever other colors or stuff you want to go with it, but one of them has to be like glittery or shiny or metallic or some sort of like extra on top of it. I have glitter I can add.
Do it. Make me a black glitter dragon.
Do it. Make me a black glitter dragon. I want it. I want it. I want it. Oh. Then it can fly to me, and I'll take it. Yeah, Fox Daddy, I don't mind theaters. I like theaters. I like going to see movies in theaters and stuff, but they're not usually... okay, so I do like going to see them, but it's very rare that there are movies in a theater that I would want to go and see. I saw, and you know me, I like doing things by myself, and going to the movie theater can be one of them, and it's actually super enjoyable. I saw It 2, the new one. Not that, I guess it's old, but you know what I mean. With Skarsgård, because I really like the newer It's. And I saw It 2 by myself, and it was fantastic. I loved it. I won. I don't think I have it anymore, but I won the poster, which was really cool. I think it got destroyed, so I threw it away, but it was really, really cool. And I loved seeing it by myself, but it's very difficult to access the theater by yourself, usually. I was living in Philly when I got to see that, so. Challenge accepted? Good. Let's do it, Dadley. She can match our beautiful black and gold lady here. Look at that gold. Look at how beautiful and shiny that gold is. Love it, love it, love it. Gorgeous. That's what she is. She's gorgeous. Okay. She's so pretty. Alright, let's do a round of Skin color bullshit. Ba ba da ba. So I think we are on to that. We can take a 0. Movie theaters are also just like expensive nowadays, which is really annoying, to be honest. But I kind of get it. I get it. There hasn't been a bunch that actually excites me to go to the theater. I saw Minecraft with my nephew for his birthday. I saw Captain America, and before that, I don't remember the last movie I saw. See, I saw one recently, but also like, and this sucks when you've got like neurodivergency, and I am not officially diagnosed with anything, but a movie theater is recently where I have experienced as an adult, a what if you were autistic would be called an autistic meltdown. So, and I don't have them too often as an adult, but that sucks to have it in a place like a movie theater because then you've got all the trauma with it, and I'm like, God damn it, now I can't go see movies, like, at least not for a while. So, unfortunate. I have something called diamond dust too. They're basically iridescent flakes. See, the flakes to me always kind of look ugly. Is that just me? I don't. Dally, what do you think of the flakes? Because I feel like I've used gold flakes and stuff. They just look ugly to me. Movies cost way too much. The only reason I really go is because I have an AMC membership that I pay monthly. See, if you're doing that, it's worth it. If that's something you're doing, then I say vibe and go for it. And I think that's awesome. But like, to me, while I appreciate it, it's not a huge, like, I think it can be fun, but since I would go alone anyways and stuff, it's not a huge big thing to where it's that different from me watching it in my house, you know what I mean? With the lights off and a bowl of popcorn, and I can pause if I've got to pee. That kind of energy. So I get it, and it's fun. But unfortunately, many things combine to make it not a reality. But I have a good friend who, I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have an AMC membership, and they would go see movies by themselves too, and they loved it. Now, to be fair, this friend went to film school, so of course they loved it. But that being said, the point is that, yeah, it is an absolutely valid thing that people do, and I support. And I wish I could be that person, but it's just not my vibe. Now, I do like going to watch, like, family movies and stuff with other people. Like, my family will go and we went and saw Mufasa. My sister and I went and saw Mufasa in the movie theater. So good. There is nothing better than the classic Disney musical energy of feeling like you are a child again in a big theater with more popcorn than you can eat, listening to fucking god tier music and silly little lions. Like, It was so good. So good. Loved watching it. The only thing that can be tricky for me is I don't like, if I'm in a movie theater, I don't like people communicating with me while I'm in a movie theater. If we're watching a movie or something at home, that's fine. Because we can pause, we can chat, we can do whatever, make commentary, make funny things. But if we're in a movie theater, I hate when someone makes a comment or sits next to me or, oh, that's just like this, or I bet this is this, because you're pulling me out of a focused moment and making it social, and social is work. And I don't want to work when I'm sitting in the theater watching my Disney movie, you know? But that's just personal. Some people really like to talk during it, and that's totally okay if that's your energy. It is just not mine. Now, I am a talk during the ads person. I have no issue if somebody wants to make jokes or be on their phone or have a conversation while the ads are running before a movie in a theater. And this part some people really don't like. I am a huge, once the movie is done and the credits are rolling and the lights have come up, even partial way, once the credits are rolling and there's nothing to be watched on the screen, I'm gonna talk at full volume about what I thought about this movie. And some people hate that. They hate it. Like, you can't talk about the movie at a normal volume at whatever until you leave the vicinity. No, fuck you. Once the credits are rolling, I'm going to be talking. What I liked, what I didn't like, what I thought was cool, full volume like I'm a child energy. And I refuse, like, if people, anyone who's like, no, you can't do that, I'm like, go fuck yourself. That one I will get angry about. Like, the talking in movies things, I'm just like, hey, that's not for me. You know, like, please don't feel like I'm ignoring you, but I'm kind of ignoring you, because that's not how I watch things at a movie theater. Maybe we shouldn't see a movie together. Totally chill, though. Your method is valid. But once the movie's done and credits are rolling, if you think I shouldn't be talking about full volume about the twist and the turn and gushing, you can get the fuck out of the movie theater, because absolutely not. I will say whatever the fuck I want, bro. Let me pop into this chat history. What have we been talking about? By the way, Rachel, if you couldn't gather, the person who made the witchcraft mod cares about the culture, because all the plants are associated with witchcraft and have heavy historical roots in the trials of people being made out to be witches. The 4 greater demons you can summon are Herna, Lilith, Baphomet, and Leonard, and all 4 are actual demons in demonology. Cool. Alex, it's the thing we've been talking about. Like, when it's your thing and you put your passion and your heart and soul into stuff, you can feel it, because the mod sounds really cool. So I love that. I say wait for the movie to hit streaming. No need for you to go through all of that for a movie. Accurate. Fair. I knew somebody who does that during movies. Yeah, people do it, and it's not my energy, but it's totally fine if it is someone's energy. It's just what always happens is I'm very self-aware. So even if I'm like, hey, what's our movie theater energy? How do you guys function? The people I'm with won't understand the question. They won't understand what I'm asking. So they'll just be like, oh, we just watched the movie, man. It's fine. And then they don't. They're the type that talks. And I'm like, well, so I think I just need to be blunt and say, do you talk when you go to a movie theater and watch? Because I don't. So don't expect me to answer. Don't make commentary with me. I need to be more blunt about it and clear, because it's not working. But what if I want to hear the music at the credits? Sucks. Eat shit. Like, sorry, bro. I don't give a shit. Like, once the credits are rolling. Now, if there is a post-credit scene, if there's a post-credit scene like a Marvel scenario, when that scene starts playing, I will shut the fuck up. And when the scene is done, I will then continue to talk again. But, like, And I mean full ass volume. You will not catch me whispering. I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna have a good ass time talking about my fucking movie. Like, it's over. You know what I mean? Yeah, nah. I don't care if you want to hear music or nothing, okay? You can fuck right off. That's just the energy I have. It's the energy I give. It's the energy I like. Because I'm a talker. Y'all know I'm a talker. And y'all also know I don't have memory. So the longer I wait to talk about my thoughts and feelings, the more likely it is I won't even remember what happened in the movie. So the second it's done, I'm gonna say every thought. Every single one gonna come out my mouth. And if it's a movie I enjoyed, it might take me a second or a minute or two of being in the stage that's, oh my gosh, I really loved that. That was so much fun. I really liked that. It might take me a little bit of that before I can get out my thoughts. But they will be spiraling. And you best be ready. Because that's what happened at the Mufasa one. Is the second it was done with, I was like, oh my god, that's Kion! Oh my god, I can't believe he did this! Wow, I really thought that this wasn't gonna do it. That was me sitting in the theater the second the movie was over, bro. And I was like, I'm gonna yell and chat and say the same thing over and over. Because it was fire. It is fire, by the way. In case anybody wants a nice, enjoyable movie, I highly recommend the Mufasa movie. The music is by Lin-Manuel Miranda, so the music's a banger. I always wanted a brother. If you lay a paw on my brother, you'll meet the jaws of his brother. Those are the rules for my brother. Ooh. 11:10 already. You guys have kept me talking. I appreciate it. We had some good chats today. Getting a good chunk of painting done. My brother, if you lay a hand on my brother, you'll meet the jaws of his brother. 'Cause I say so. Many minis. Indeed, indeed, indeed. These are probably not even half of them that we're working on either. We got plenty to go. Feel like I'm gonna have to bring them with me on my little break in May and finish them out. Or at least try to. there's him. Little guy. Alright, we'll go back to triple zeros and work on our big lady. We like our big lady. Alright, should we do big lady skin color maybe? We can do big lady. The same color out. You lay a hand on my brother, you'll meet the jaws of his brother. 'Cause I say so. Did any of the terrain vids I shared in the Discord help? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Dadley, I appreciated you sharing those. They were helpful in learning, like, the different styles and methods that people used. And also for getting, like, an overall picture on what the, like, final product might look like. Which I think is the hardest part when you are trying something for the first time, is when you don't necessarily know what the final product could look like. That can make it difficult to do. Because you're kind of like swinging in the dark, you know? So I appreciate that. Okay, got the little hands done. You're welcome. I think using a ball of foil was a cool way to texture the foam. I agree. It didn't end up working for my purposes, but it was really cool. Like, it was a clever use of materials that you don't really think about. I ended up going with the sponge method, which for some reason worked really well for the type of like stone and such that we were making. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. She's starting to look more like a person. I am excited. Ooh, I'm very excited. She's starting to look like a person. That's so cool. Okay, we will let the 000 rest. Coolio, coolio, indeed. Brother. My brother, 'cause I say so. Alright, so. Probably do a purple on there. Okay, so we'll do another purple layer. Get these guys going here. Regular 0. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this purple is very thin. Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna need another coat after this. Boy, oh boy. Guess that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, okay. It's not the greatest purple, but it's not the worst, I suppose. Or maybe it is, I don't really know. The purple that I've got. Okay. Thankfully I didn't put it too many places. I did put it on her. I think that's okay. Because her base is black, so. Okay, so. Let's see. I like how the gold looks. It's very pretty. We could put it on the purple, I think. Although I kind of like it just on her crown and her pauldrons. don't have a silver, and the rose gold looks like this. Which I don't think I want on her. Yeah, I don't want that. So... yeah, let's try it. See what it looks like. Although, I think I kind of want the black in there, maybe. Ah, that's a hard choice. Let's make the pauldron gold and see what that looks like. Because I like the tint shift, but... well, do we want gold on gold? You could dry brush some gold for highlights. That might be a good idea. Because I'm like debating. I think her breastplate needs to be a different color than this blue-purple shade. Because it looks too much like the rest of her dress. But if I make it gold, then it feels a little too close to the headpiece and the pauldrons. So... but that is kind of like the armor-ish color. Well, it might look differently because it's got a blue base. So let me try that and just see what it looks like. Because it's got a different base color, so let's see what that looks like. Oh. Yeah, this might actually look kind of cool. It's kind of giving it a bronze tint because of the blue under it. Kill the lights, kill the actor, kill the actress. The spotlight drowns you out. Kill the actor, kill the actress. Dry brush is when you dry the brush with a paper towel after adding the paint for as little paint as possible for applying it to the piece. Yeah, Deadly, I'm kind of liking this energy because it's giving more of like a rusted gold versus the bright gold that is on the crown and the pauldrons. I'll show you here. How goes it? Gal, you've come in at right the right time. So, see if it'll focus. See how like her headpiece and her pauldrons are like the very shiny gold? I like that for her headpiece and her pauldrons because it's very like halo, god-esque, etc. But I wanted her breastplate to stand out a little bit without being bright gold. So doing that sort of dry brush gold with the blue base is kind of make it look almost like rusted and a little bronzy. Let's see if I can mess with the light a little bit. Give it a little clearer. Ah! Come to me, Mr. Light. Oh god, it's over here. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's giving it a bit more of like a bronzy shade versus that bright gold, which I think is really good. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. That's fire. Nice idea, nice idea. Can't wait to see that perfect winged eyeliner on her. Literally. Bro, I can't even do eyeliner on myself. God forbid when we have to do it on her. Lord help us, bro. Can't even do that shit on me. But I am excited. Her wings are the ones I'm waiting for because her wings are going to be like the big pretty showstopper piece. So do it with a Sharpie, literally. Literally, bro. I'm liking it. She's turning out great. Yeah. Now, I kind of want to put the golds on those parts as well, but I might do black there. Haven't decided. I guess we could try the ghosty part. Let's try the ghosty part. Yeah, I want a little bit of red on there. There's a little red down there now. Just kind of the energy I wanted. Add a little to the wings too, actually. Yeah, that's cool. Add a little like blood ass stuff to her wings. Yeah, cool. Oh, she's got a textured base. Whoa, I didn't even notice. Cool. Maybe it grips the thing easier. Very cool. I like that. Oh yeah, I haven't done the back with white or anything. Let's do that. I think I was actually using maybe this one for white. Just don't want it to be so thick. Yeah, there we go. We'll add a little red back there too. like this one. Hollywood Undead, because of course it is. Okay, it's already in liked. I was gonna say, is this in my liked? Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, we still got a little time left. Let's try the gold, see if it works. If it doesn't, oh well. I don't hate it. Hmm. Misery, misery. Okay, not the worst. See how I feel about it when we get back to her. There's a psycho in my... I'm also a sucker for gold, so I like a lot of gold and metallic. Let's use the gray for her hair. have made some progress in the Mighty 9 campaign mode. Made it to session 33. Hell yeah. Still 110 to go. Oh, that's funny. Are you enjoying it so far? How does it rank compared to the other ones? Yeah, fun time? Awesome. Boy, her hair is the hardest part, I swear. She gotta get in all the nooks and crannies. The only other one I've seen is Vox Machina, but the video and audio quality is better. And as a campaign, though, both are good. Okay. Yeah, and only 33 episodes in, you can't really make a take on, you know, what's your favorite, so... And they might end up equal, and you're one of those people where it's like, oh, I enjoy all of them, I just have favorite characters from each one, you know? Oh, it's actually a pretty good job with her gray hair. I'm pretty proud of that. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, still got her horns to do, but I got put in there pretty well. Okay. I think that's where we're gonna stop for now because you know that saying they have of like you don't want to put like too much where you keep going and going and going and going and going. Yeah, that saying was made because of me. Because I will just keep going and going and going and going and going. And it'll have way too much. Yeah, pause and come back to it. Oh no! Where'd the 000 piece go? This happens all the time where I lose the little pieces, but that's okay. Huh. Alright, well, we'll find it. Alright. Ooh, more Magnolia Park. I like them too. I'm partial to Vox Machina at the moment, but that is probably because of both the animated series and the fact that I completed it. Yeah, that makes sense, Dadley. I mean, it's also, you know, what, probably your first one, and it's part of it, and there's a lot in there that's gonna make it very lovable and wanted, you know? I totally get it. I will see if there's anybody for us to raid, although I don't think there is. I'm checking the list. He's checking it twice. Okay. Oh, Kha'Zix is also doing drawing and co-working, so we can raid over there. Make sure I spell it right. With an underscore. Alright, my friends, we're gonna raid on over to Kha'Zix. They are also doing like drawing and painting and stuff. And they're doing some co-working jazz, so it'll be the same energy and vibe. Let me bring this up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to Dadley and Theta and Fox Daddy and Alex and Gal and everybody was here tonight. I appreciate, and the raid from Rywek and all of Rywek's people, Ash and everybody else who came. Thank you guys. I appreciate you very much for stopping in here. And I hope you have a good night. I will see you on Monday, and our last 2 streams are going to be Monday and Wednesday, and then we are gone for a month because we're going to be at conventions and doing things. But you can always catch up in the Discord. Either way, I'll see y'all later. Have a good night. See you on Monday. I know sad times, but it's okay. It's okay. We're here and we love you. I know, but it's okay. It's okay. Save it till next Wednesday. We can cry next Wednesday, okay? All right, y'all. Let's go and raid. Good night. Goodbye.